Now we've got an empty project. In order to create this project, this device inside this empty project, we need to add the firmware. So I can go to the firmware library, select import, and you can import the firmware from an existing project, which is the recommendation, because these projects are already built by GE, tested by GE, tested by our factory with your device. So I'm gonna get the firmware that was tested with my device, which is the Y1187B. I'm gonna get the cell 9990. This comes with a plant IO, DMP, Goose messages, A083, which is a calculator, DTA that I will show you later in this webinar, and the B008, which is the system point database, and the P097, which is the plant IO that I will show you today, and P014, which is the Westmain configuration. Now I've got the cell 999 in this project, so if I go back to the firmware library, I can see that the cell is part of this project, and I can add D25 devices that have this project in it. So I go to the device templates, click on the D25 device, put it in. The minute you put it in that open workspace for your project, you'll get the D25 wizard. Click next, name my D25, we'll say D25 web. You can put the serial number, put the description. Anything that's not yellow, again, is optional for your utility customization. We click next. At this point, we can start to add our firmware. So we can select the firmware that we have added to this project, cell 9999, and then we can select the hardware. So for the hardware, remember that ordering code that we just did a minute ago? We can start to select it here. So we start with 6, right? So that tells me it's an LCD, or tells SGConfig what kind of D25 we're dealing with. 7150 volt DC, a serial XCOM. We selected number 3, which means we didn't use a serial XCOM expansion or the 2 serial ports. Instead, we used an FL expansion. And from a memory expansion, we went all the way and we got our 20 megs, right? And as you can see, our part number for the D25 is starting to be built up. So this is the first few integers in the part number, 6133, right? The rest of this is empty, and it's waiting for us to populate it through the P097 or the plant IO or the IO application configuration application, which I will show you once the device is ready for me to configure. So once the device is ready, we're going to access the device, we're going to configure the Westmain application, and we're going to configure the plant IO application. Then we will download our configuration. At this point, SGConfig is building our device with all the applications that we have in our SAL, and we have the option of turning on and off this application on as needed basis. So P097 that you can see right now, that's being built by the SGConfig, has our plant IO. So in the world of the D25, there is data collection applications and data processing applications. Data collection applications stands for basically client application. It works with all the field devices gathering information. So one of the field information that we're gathering is the physical points, the IO card that's inside the D25 that I've shown you, and the application that takes care of the 3 digital input cards, the 1K card, is the plant IO or P097, which is this application, right? It constantly scans these cards for an update on the points and the status of these points. Our device is built by SGConfig, so we click finish in here. And once the device is ready for us, we can put a picture on that device if we want, so we can import from anywhere in your computer. This is a very cool feature. So if you have a picture that you want to associate with this device, or if you don't and you just want to use something in the gallery, then you can select from the gallery and click OK. Click OK again. That picture will be always associated with your device. Now, in order for that to happen, you have to make sure that when you go to the preferences under the global settings, that this box is checked, which is the display device. And this comes as part of SGConfig. We did basically a session on SGConfig, which you can review.